Hi, I'm Zach Brown, and this is my take. The ballots have been handed out and the voting has begun for the 2013 inductees into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. This year's eligible class was nicknamed the steroids class because so many players on the ballot were accused of or admitted to using steroids during their playing career. Tops among those, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, whose names appear for the very first time. Further down the list, Curt Schilling and Craig Biggio, two players who have never been accused of and have no links to steroids. Most likely, those two players will be in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens won't. This is an absolute shame. Barry Bonds is the third best player of all time, according to Baseball Reference, wins above replacement. Roger Clemens ranks 8th all time, the second best pitcher only to Cy Young. Meanwhile, Curt Schilling, he ranks about 69th, deserving of a Hall of Fame induction, yes, but not in the same class as Roger Clemens. Craig Biggio, a great player in his own right, he's only ranked 129th all time, not in the same class as Barry Bonds. A Hall of Fame that inducts Biggio and Schilling before Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds is not a Hall of Fame. We already have the Hall of Fame without the career hits leader in Pete Rose. Now we're going to have a Hall of Fame without the career home run leader in Barry Bonds. That's just wrong. Major League Baseball, they were complicit in this. They allowed steroids to happen in the 90s. They knew it was going on, but they loved the attention it got when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were hitting home runs every night. Now they've changed their stance. Now they want to distance themselves from everything that has to do with it. Too bad. Bonds and Clemens both deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. That's my take.
Coming to you from Grandview Speedway in chilly Beckelsville, Pennsylvania, where the season just concluded with a 5-feature race event. Featured URC Sprints, 358 Modifieds, Slingshot Modifieds, ARDC Midgets, and Legends Cars. In the final race of the evening, the URC Sprints main event, the 25-lap race was won by Art Lydell, who took home his first career victory in the series. Robbie Stillwagon came home in third place, claiming the series points title. After Joey Biasi, his closest competitor in the championship, spun out on lap 10 and lost the race. In the modified division, Jeff Strunk took home his 57th career victory here at the track, the active leader in career wins at the Speedway. He held off a hard-charging Craig Van Doren, who started 4th in the event. Dwayne Howard finished 3rd, followed by Doug Manmiller, who made a great charge from 15th to 4th in the event. Kyle Weiss in the 21K came home in 5th to round out the top 5. In the Sportsman Modified class, Kenny Gilmore came home the winner in what was the race of the night. Gilmore, Paul Klein, and Craig Whitmoyer all traded the lead from lap 19 to lap 21. Whitmoyer took advantage, jumping from 3rd to 1st on lap 19, only to lose the lead when he bounced off the wall on lap 20. Gilmore, Klein, Whitmoyer were followed by Brian Herthler and Jared Umbenhauer, who had to come from last place after missing the drivers' meeting. In tonight's ARDC feature, Steve Buckwalter brought home the victory after a hard-fought battle with his cousin Tim early on in the race. Steve Buckwalter was followed by Trevor Kobilars and Ryan Witt. Tim Buckwalter fell to 4th in the final standings. And in the opening race of the night, the Legends Series, it was Bob Stowe taking home the victory. He beat out Scott Gobrecht and Rick Miller for the top spot. This is Zach Brown reporting from Grandview Speedway. Over and out.
Welcome back. I'm here once again with Matt the Heffelfinger, talking NHL lockout. So, third time in 20 years we've seen the NHL locked out. It's actually 6 players who've been locked out all 3 times. Marty Brodeur, Chris Pronger, Teemu Selanne, Jaromir Jagr, Roman Hamrlik, and Ray Whitney. This is getting ridiculous, isn't it?
Ridiculous, and even more ridiculous in the sense that this is the second time they've been locked out in the last decade. After trying to, rehabilitate their image following the 2004-2005 lockout, this is really kind of a crippling blow, and it remains to be seen how bad, whether the fans will come back. This lockout specifically has really, there's a lot of people out there that are siding with the players over the owners. The owners have locked out the players both of these last 2 lockouts, and now they're in danger of losing a second complete season in the last 6 or 7 years.
I mean, obviously, the fans will come back in Philadelphia. They'll come back in Chicago, Detroit, Toronto, all the Canadian cities. But I really think this could be the death of the Phoenix Coyotes franchise. I think it's really going to hurt both Florida franchises. I just don't see there's enough interest there for them to want to come back.
It hurts a lot of small market teams for sure, but to what extent we really don't know yet. Like you said, Phoenix has kind of been on the edge of relocation here for the last 2, 3, 4 years. There's been talks of people trying to buy the team. There's been problems with their lease out in Glendale, Arizona. There's just a lot of things there. But yeah, like you said, the 2 Florida teams, Nashville, despite their playoff success this past year, there's a lot of teams out there that are not hockey-rich markets that are really going to struggle to bring the fans back. And, in part, that can kind of be traced back to the commissioner, Gary Bettman, and his expansion of the league into markets that aren't hockey-rich markets. I mean, there's talk continually about putting a team in Hamilton, Ontario, which would kind of overlap and compete with Toronto Maple Leafs.
And the Buffalo Sabres.
And the Buffalo Sabres. And there's talk about, and that would, I guess, be more of the team that they keep trying to talk about putting back in Quebec.